Good morning. Well, it's a new day, Thursday. Out bright and early, 7 a.m. Primer's dry. And it looks like I'm content with that. So I'm gonna spray those right away and then push them out of my way, put the hoist down, and get on with this. I don't know what direction I'm going today. I'll pick one and see if I can run with it. Soon I'd like to get this fender hung and get these lights working, so I'm getting close. Yeah, so I'm gonna motor on with that and then proceed back. Grill, bumper, fender, yeah, that's kind of a day right there, especially with some electrical. Anyway, yeah, so we're going to get to fiddling, and I think I'm gonna clean up a little bit of this mess, put some unnecessary tools away, clean up the floor, and think about, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but there's lots to do. See you in a bit. Well, I think it's almost time. Is this it? Oh, that one's empty. One more dusting. Now I should be able to hang these things. Just quick. And also make sure that, there we go. Not bad at all. I'm quite content with that. I even got the little pockets in the right side up, so when I mount to the dash, nothing falls to the floor. Oh yeah, it goes this way. This one goes this way. Yeah, should I hit that one too? Yeah. There. No saggy sag. Okay. Yeah, so that's cherry red, because everything's so cherry on this truck, right? So, what's next? I don't know. I looked at the mirror. The light housing for the dash, I gotta figure that out. This is kind of crusty. I'm gonna have to do some restoration work on that. I definitely want to put that switch back in, because it fills a hole with anything. Then at least I've got that switch. I can manually turn the lights off and on. And I'm gonna connect it to, I think there's a hole for a door switch, and the S10 is very close. The length is right. So I should be able to stuff those in. Then see there's a pass through right there that goes into that compartment. I wanna make a plate with a grommet. So when the wires pass through, this is sealed, because it's open to the nether world, and I want to make sure that this is closed, that hole is closed, everything's plugged that I can plug. It's within my ability to. One is I don't want rodents getting in this thing. Two is try and keep as much of the wind out as possible. See, there's another hole right here. It serves no purpose, so I'll just throw some of that foil tape on it. That stuff's near permanent anyway, so. Yeah, so there's lots of these little pissy little things that have to be done. I've got all the stuff I need for the rubber and that, for the windows and doors. I gotta blow the doors apart, get all the glass out, get all the mechanisms out, clean and lube them, and then assemble with new weather stripping. Yeah, this is lots of work. Okay. That's painted and drying now. I need to go get my bumper too. That'll utilize a tractor, grinder, cut-off wheels, reciprocating saw. Yeah, Yeah, I want to put the glass in before I put the fender on. And I got to get that wiper mechanism working with the glass in. So I started putting a tool away. Maybe I'll put another one away. Okay, see you in a bit. Well, here we go. Quote a song. None of you have probably heard it. Every day I chase all my dreams as they walk my way. Hey. Look up Charlie, Let's Keep Silent. I think it's an awesome band. Late 60s, early 70s. I think they were way ahead of their time. And I think Walter Rossi didn't get a fair shake in life. He did a fine job. So this is the little housing that goes on the dash for the, let's call it the interior light. I like how that stuff turns out. I love this stuff. It is tough as nails too. Especially for high performance wheels. I was almost tempted to give this stuff all a little dusting with this, but I know what'll happen. I'll demolish that paint. So I guess I should make an experimental panel, because I'd like to play around with mottled look, like just dusting colors over like black and silver and switching back and forth, just to give things a little more, make them more unique. So anyway, that's neither here nor there, because I'm here, not there. And the mirror is probably destined for the same treatment. I got some glass film I can just put on here and give it a quick cut, and then this is going to be a little harder though, because I don't really want to sandblast it. I know, tape up the glass, but you know how that'll go with my luck. You people should know I have that kind of luck. You people. Okay, I'm just wandering aimlessly and babbling like an idiot, so I'm gonna keep plugging away. Oh, look what I did. Less crap. So I'm gonna get in here and vacuum this all out, because laying in piles of metal shavings is probably not my favorite thing to do. And I see I got a few welds I should touch up with the die grinder just to take the lumps off. Then I can lay in here and get some stuff done. I've got my wiper hanging right there, my wiper wiring, I should say. I gotta get that up and working. I still gotta decide whether I want washers on it or not. I don't need a washer at the moment, but I can do it later. So I gotta make sure I can get that wiring out back into the circuit through the firewall. That's future Frank problem, as past Dan would say. Okay, back in a bit. Well, as I'm plunking along, waiting for that paint to dry, because I gotta mount that light fixture, I figured I would play around with some door switches. I know the washers are crude, but that's an S10 door switch. And I'm just gonna measure the length of the old door switch and zip this off the right length so we don't risk breaking it. That's my theory anyway. So yeah, I gotta figure out oh, there it is. I have to give that a clean up, maybe splice on some new wires, and then, oh yeah, I gotta paint that. Splice on some new wires, and figure on mounting the switch, test it, and keep on keeping on. Still haven't vacuumed. Oh, that's what I gotta do. I gotta go measure a seat. I'm gonna do that right now. RFN. Well, I've come to discover that the Fargo cab is 5 inches wider than the Studebaker cab. And a pleasant surprise, although I'm disappointed in myself. Lo and behold, the vice grip that's been missing forever. I guess I'll have to go and soak it. Dang it. helps the push record. Got some stuff done. Cluster in, switches, where are we? Switches in, oh hang on here, I gotta back out. Here we go. Dome light, dome ski. I gotta wire it to the door switches yet. I like that. It lights up the S in my really bad body work really nicely. I got some of the wiring tucked up, but it's still tangling. It wants to occupy the same space as that little storage pocket. So yeah, there's that. Working on the wipers, getting the assembly back where I want it. I think I'm there. I got to just make a little more tweak on the linkage. I just got to turn it a little bit. So I'm done with that. But one of the main reasons I brought you back is this is really interesting. How about a motor speed controller? Instead of pulse, they can wipe slow, they can wipe medium, or they can wipe fast, or they can go full out. And I can see I need to just tweak that a little bit to get more swing out of it. I know what's wrong with it, so. And the only issue I have is park. So if I can just wiggle her, there's a she's in park. So you gotta master the parking of it. I don't think that I can park it unless I add a relay to it or have a park button. And I don't want to do that. So yeah, just manually parking it is not a big deal. So that's where I'm at with that. And I did a little test fit with the cowl cover, and everything looks like it's gonna work. So it's just a matter of mounting that box now somewhere. I don't know where. It's got to be in the vicinity. See, that's the original wiper control mount. So that's where that's going. So I got to figure that out next. I'm running out of room to put stuff on that side. The instrument cluster and the wiper arm or wiper linkage is all running real close. I've got the dome light switches in and figured out what I'm going to do. I just got to drop some wires through. I think what I'm going to do is just, on this side, I don't have room to really do what I want, so I'm just going to tie into a ground that's right below here. I can actually sneak it down beside the fuse box, which will get me my ground. And the other wire can go to the ground wire I've got dangling in there somewhere now that I can't get to because I didn't make it long enough. So there's that. The other side, so the door switches and that'll turn on the dome, and I've got a second wire that will also ground. So when I open up the driver's door, I think the wires underneath the dash will illuminate, that I plan to maybe think about putting in, possibly. So that's what I'm working at anyway. And then I got to start making sure that I've got no live wires hanging out anywhere. I found one, so I got to deal with that. But otherwise, it seems all these little odds and ends are going to work, which is fine. I think that switch will fit in there. I'm going to just drop it and see, poke it through, whatever, and then figure out where I'm going to mount the controller. But yeah, I'm kind of thrilled about that. I think that's exactly what I'm going to use. They came from the Amazon. Where's the box? Hello. I'll show you the box. Come on. Is it on the floor? Where did I put the... Too much crap. Okay, it's not in there, it's not up there. I'm gonna depower this. Those things are handy. Oh, sorry. Good thing it didn't have teeth. So there you go. Motor speed controller. If you Google or if you search that on Amazon, or 12-volt motor speed controller, that's what you're going to end up with. So there's a few varieties of them out there. This one was around 27 bucks. I bought two. The first one I put on my winch motor that I run my bead roller with, and it seems to be working just fine. I've used it lots and I don't have a problem with it. So there's that. So yeah, I'd thought about this previously and didn't think it would work, but I'll be content with it just like that. I think so. I don't need it to park. I don't care. Anyway, on that note, I think I'm going to shut her down. I got to go feed the dog. Ooh, dog's going to be mad. But it doesn't seem like much for fitting all that junk in there. The little duct for the defrost. And I started fighting with this wiring, and then I kind of got a little disappointed with it, let's say that, and just moved on to something else. So one other thing, these narrow gauge wiper refills. This one I cobbled out of something. I had to cut it off. I don't remember what I did, but it was missing one of the clips. So I've got that one's good to go. And the other one has no rubber. So I gotta find something similar to that in the next few days. Yep, that's what I gotta do. So, that's one of my projects. On that note, I think I'm gonna pack it in for the day. And as always, I'd like to thank you both for watching. New subscribers, welcome, and I thank you for your comments, and I appreciate them very much. Plus, some of you guys have been really helpful with stuff as well. So, on that note, I think I'm going to pack it in and see you again tomorrow.